On September 12, 1970, the USC Trojans traveled to Birmingham, Alabama to play the Crimson Tide in the opening game of the season. USC, being a fully integrated black team, would face the dominant Paul Bear Bryant-led Alabama Crimson Tide. And in this game, Sam Bam Cunningham, a backup fullback, made his college football debut in the game, rushing for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns to throw the Crimson Tide their first loss of the season. The Crimson Tide would get stomped 42-21 in a game that is considered the turning point in desegregation of college football in the South. Okay, but like 1970, that's a little too recent, you feel. It basically made Paul Bear Bryant go, them can really play some football. And literally this very same season, Paul Bear Bryant, one of the greatest college football coaches of all time, started recruiting black players. These black players weren't stuck to HBCUs anymore. They were now coming into Power 5 conferences. And that, my friend, might not be an exact one-on-one scenario, but that's what's happening with the NBA. No more of these skinny white guys just sitting in the corner while the star of the team is ISOing anymore. No more of these guys not being able to dunk. White NBA players now can fucking hoop. And today on Zaza Sports, we'll be ranking the top 5 white basketball players of all time. Cue the music.
Cracker got an AR, like he shooting schools up. Yellow wide body, Hellcat look like a school bus. Dove up in that water, I ain't had no scuba. Glide on my lap, up and blow like a tuba.
At number 5, I got Jerry West. He's literally the logo of the NBA. I believe this guy would survive in the current era because he's simply one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. And even up to his 13th year, his last and final season, he was still putting up numbers, averaging 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists still, and making All-NBA first team 10 out of the 13 years he was playing. He was the best point guard in the league 10 out of the 13 years he was playing in the NBA. And he still sits at number 7 all time in points per game with 27 points per game. And he's the only player in NBA history to win Finals MVP, even though he didn't even win the Finals. He made the NBA Finals 9 times of his 14 years and only came up with 1 in 1972. But regardless of that, my 5th greatest white boy in NBA history, my nigga Jerry West. Number 4, Dirk Nowitzki. Now this guy, Dirk, absolutely revolutionized the game of basketball as we know it. Simply put, there was no 20+ point per game, 7-foot shooting bigs in the NBA before Dirk Nowitzki. He led the ways for guys like Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram, Victor Wembanyama, Kristaps Porzingis, and many more NBA player archetypes that we now see in the modern day. He completely revolutionized the game and evolved the game. He brought home 1 MVP, 3 first-team All-NBAs, and averaged 20 points per game for a 20-year career. And he's in the 30,000 point club. And not to mention, he probably had the hardest finals run of all time, where he 4-2'd the Portland Trail Blazers, then went on to beat the Kobe and Pau Gasol Lakers. Yes, the 2-time defending champs, swept them. Then they went on to gentlemen's sweep the James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant led Oklahoma City Thunder. And then his magnum opus in the NBA Finals, where he 4-2'd the big 3 of the Miami Heat. And in these playoffs, he would average 27 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game on damn near 50-40-90 shooting. But we all know about Dirk Nowitzki. We all know how great he is. I honestly think he's one of the most underappreciated players in NBA history, but he gets number 4 on my list. Number 3. Now, this dude so far doesn't have a better career than the previously 2 mentioned. But as a player, I believe he is just straight up better. Number 3 is Luka Doncic. Yeah, it might be too early to say that for real, and I understand if you have a problem with this, but me personally, if it's going off straight eye test, straight peak performance, is the number 3 greatest white player of all time. Simply put, Luka Doncic is on trajectory for top 10 player of all time status, averaging 28 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 8 assists per game for his entire career. He's made the finals once already, and he should have won MVP last year. In almost every year of his career besides his rookie year, he has been first team All-NBA. Simply put, I think Luka Doncic has a better skill set than the 2 previously mentioned, and his performance at his peak is better than the 2 previously mentioned. Not to disrespect him, because I do believe the 2 previously mentioned in Jerry West and Dirk Nowitzki do have better careers because they played their full career. Number 2. Now, I've been going back and forth with these 2 for a minute. I've been weighing career over peak performance for these 2, and I'm going with this order. Number 2, Nikola Jokic. Jokic is the most talented offensive player this game has ever seen. Simply put, he's gonna average a 30-point triple-double, and he's gonna end in top 3 in the 3 major stat categories in the NBA this year. He already has 3 MVPs. He has a dominant finals run where he averaged 30 points per game, 13.5 rebounds per game, and 9.5 assists per game in that run to a championship. Now, hear me out. I don't care if you put Nikola Jokic as number 1 already, but right now, as I weigh in the player and their careers, Larry Bird. 3 straight MVPs, 3 NBA championships, averaged 10 rebounds per game, 24 points per game, and 6 assists per game. In my opinion, he's the second most versatile player in NBA history. He was the best player of the decade he played in and has some crazy basketball reference nickname. And simply, my main reason for putting him in front of Jokic is his accolades of having more rings, having more MVPs, and the fact that Larry Bird is closer to Nikola Jokic on offense than Nikola Jokic is closer to Larry Bird on defense. Larry Legend was just straight up different back in the 80s. He would survive in the modern league because he basically is Nikola Jokic playing the wing position. But that's gonna do it for this video, y'all. Like, subscribe. I appreciate the support recently. Catch y'all boys later. Peace.
Finney-Smith to inbound. Back to Doncic. Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Doncic wins the game at the buzzer!
Look like a school bus. Dove up in that water, I ain't had no school bus. Glide on my lap, up and blow like a tuba. You just a hang bitch. I don't get too